Hello YouTube, this is Kara here again. Welcome to my channel, Fat Girl to Slim Girl. This is like the third or fourth time I'm trying to record this, so hopefully fourth time's a charm, because apparently the third wasn't. Okay, there's something that I want to talk about today. It's a bit of a continuation of yesterday, and a little bit different at the same time. I wanted to start out with a quote. It's actually a really nice quote. I like it. It's by Hazel Lee, and it goes, "I held a moment in my hand, brilliant as a star, fragile as a flower, a tiny sliver of 1 hour. I dripped it carelessly. Ah, I didn't know. I held opportunity." So that's what I want to talk about today, opportunity and apprehension. For those of you who have been watching my videos up until now, you probably heard me say a bunch of times, I can't believe how quickly this is going. You know, I just had my first meeting with my primary care physician, I think the 8th or so, on the 8th or the 9th of last month, and I was in the bariatric surgeon's office by the next week, I think the 19th, and since then I've had a bunch of appointments, and I have completed all that I've had to complete to get my request submitted to my insurance. So, you know, I want to talk about today, like recognizing opportunity, I suppose. It's kind of weird because I did have an opportunity before to have weight loss surgery, but I don't know, maybe I just wasn't ready at that time, but you know, I did have the opportunity. It was back in 2007. I think I was just turning 19 or so. 19, yeah, something like that. And yeah, 19 or 20 something. Well, yeah. So anyway, I had just read this book called Fighting Weight by Hazel Lee. I actually saw her on television, and I decided to buy her book. She wrote a book about having the lap band procedure, and she wrote it with Dr. Felding and Dr. Ren Felding. So it's a husband and wife team that runs kind of the surgical weight loss portion of NYU Medical Center. So I decided to attend one of their seminars, and Dr. Felding was the one who spoke. And you know, he actually has a lap band. You know, for those of you looking for a surgeon in the city, you know, he's of course an authority on gastric banding. Well, I attended his seminar, and I got all the papers together about what I would have to do, but I never really pursued it. I had insurance at the time. I was covered under both my mother and my father, but you know, I never went for it. I wasn't sure if it was partially because I was afraid, or just the denial that I needed surgery to lose weight, but for whatever reason, I didn't seize that opportunity. And then for a long time after, I did regret it, because, you know, 2 years passed, and I would think, where would I be now if I had gotten the band? And, you know, more years passed, and I should have gotten the band back then when I had the chance. And then finally the chance came around again. As I've said in my first video, I think I don't have a job currently, and I haven't seen a doctor in a while. So my mom suggested that I sign up for Medicaid, which I did, and I chose a provider. And since then, I've had a couple of bumps, like, for example, I actually picked out WellCare as my provider at first, but then I had read, about them and, approval for banding, and it seemed like you had to jump through a lot of hoops and wait for a long time, so I decided to change my provider. And that month, it looked like my paperwork for the change had gotten lost or something. So I had to call the office, and it looked like I couldn't get insurance until August. So like August 2nd or something, the card came in the mail, and by like August 8th, I was in the primary care physician's office, and that day she gave me the referral to see the bariatric surgeon. And by the next week, the 19th, I was in the surgeon's office, and he handed me a list of things I needed to do. And then in the following 2 weeks, I completed all of those things. So it makes me wonder, recognizing when you have the opportunity, when everything kind of comes together to work for you. And I am a religious person. I don't know, some of you might be spiritual or religious, or maybe not even. But, I believe when, so many things come together for you, somebody's trying to tell you something. And, it's really up to you to listen or not. The opportunity is yours to take. Even if you're not spiritual in any way, you can recognize opportunity when everything starts just pulling together for you. Also, I don't know if I talked about this before, but I actually found out, a couple weeks before I got insurance, I was actually having some really bad stomach pains, and it was excruciating. It was going on for like a week. And my mother, who is a nurse, she had some antibiotics, so she gave me some, and the pain went away. Going to do my blood work for these procedures, for the lap band, the extensive blood work that I needed to get, my primary care physician saw that I had elevated levels of some sort of bacteria in my stomach. So right now, I am on antibiotics for that. So, if I'd never gone to get this surgery, I would not have known, and there's a possibility that, the bacteria would have bothered me again, and I would have been in excruciating pain once again. Also, even going to that primary care physician was actually, just pure chance, I guess, because, here, I'll tell the story in a part 2, because I'm actually running out of time here. So, see you in part 2.